Oh, hey everybody. Happy 4th of July and happy Hamilton streaming weekend. Welcome to our 12th episode of RCT360, or as I call it, RCT360, the remix. I'm Rachel Ratcliffe and I'm Rachel Ratcliffe. Today, we're doing things a little bit differently, and we have picked some really fun clips from the last 11 episodes to share with you again. Hope you enjoy them as you are spending some time with family, friends, or just yourself and a hamburger this weekend. But our first clip is from one of my favorite show segments, Deidre on the Go. Deidre has bounced all around in a safe, socially distanced way over the last few weeks. And this week, we are going to revisit her trip to one of my favorite places that she's been, Roots Chicken, for the best looking chicken sandwich I've seen.
Deidre on the go.
On the go.
Ladies, I am standing here in front of Legacy Hall, where inside is Roots Chicken Shack, where I hear they have one of the best chicken sandwiches ever. Now, I know you may think differently, but I'm gonna go inside and find out for myself. So come on in and join me. Just north of RCT at 7800 Windrose Avenue in Plano, Texas, Roots Chicken Shack is ready to serve you from their Southern down-home cooking menu. But I'm here for the chicken sandwich that I've been reading so much about online. I'd like to order a spicy bird.
Spicy bird?
Yes, that's the good one, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, one spicy bird, please.
Okay.
And the banana pudding. Ooh, that looks great. Yes, that's it. And a water. Roots Chicken Shack chef and owner Tiffany Derry gained international recognition on Bravo's Top Chef and even received 3 Emmy nominations for her work on Top Chef Junior. The Dallas Morning News named her as one of the best chefs in DFW, and I was thrilled to see Chef Derry in the kitchen today. I'm so excited they're getting my order started. The spicy bird sandwich has a sweet potato bun, crispy bird with greens, tomato, red onion, spicy pepper, kimchi mayo, and pepper jack cheese. After the first bite, it's time to see how it tastes.
It's so good.
Back off. Back off. Back off.
So good. So good.
Ladies, I have to give Roots Chicken Shack 5 stars, not only for my experience, but also for the work that Chef Derry is doing in the community. And as I'm headed back out, I must say that I have to give this amazingly delicious sandwich 2 big thumbs up. So head over to Roots Chicken Shack. Hey, take your dad for Father's Day.
That gets me every time, and I will tell you that I have literally had dreams about that chicken sandwich. Roots Chicken, I'm coming for you. But now it's time for a personal favorite segment of mine, Quarantine Confessions. Now there's so many great yet embarrassing confessions to choose from. But today I'm going to take you back to a few weeks ago where we talked about my really complicated relationship with snakes. Take a look. Thanks, Deidre. Now go get out of the sun, and everyone else join me for the 8th installment of Quarantine Confessions. Come closer. Closer, but not too close. Okay, friends, as you heard, our theme for this week is in the good old summertime. And there's so many good things about summer. There's barbecues, there's pool time, but there's one thing in particular that has never been my favorite: snakes. My friends, I've had a lifelong fear of snakes. It probably started when I was a little girl on my very first day of ballet when I was 5 years old, and I was striking a dramatic pose on my driveway on what I thought was just a smear of tar. But it was no smear of tar, and it squiggled away, haunting my dreams for the rest of my life. Go to when I'm 30 years old and a copperhead makes its way all the way inside my suburban home, ostensibly to check his email on my laptop, which was on the floor, and had to be escorted out shortly thereafter. Now, at the time of this horrible copperhead incident, I was not as mindful about snakes as I am now, and it's possible that that copperhead had to go live in the great woody thicket in the sky, thanks to my good friend Peggy, who is way, way braver than I am when it comes to snakes. But since then, I've made a conscious effort to open my mind and my heart to snakes. I've researched snakes. I've watched them. I check them out at the zoo. I even joined a Facebook group devoted to the identification and glorification of snakes. And shameless plug, if you are not a member of What Kind of Snake Is That on Facebook, join today. It's gold. But what I'm saying here, dear friends, is we can always open our hearts to new ways of thinking. And if you can, next time you see a snake, lead with love and empathy, then I'm pretty sure you can do that for anybody in your life. So give it a try. And that, my friends, is my quarantine confession. Ah, yes. Take some time this weekend and go hug a snake. Wait, on second thought, don't do that. That's actually a terrible idea. Do not hug snakes this weekend. Instead, get ready for this week's installment of Were You Watchin'? Just because we're remixing this week doesn't mean that we won't have a Were You Watchin' question. So, to start, the answer from last week's question of what Chris Vai's favorite food was scrapple, which honestly sounds terrible, but you do you, Chris. Our winner was our own Jimmy Lee Beard, reigning trivia champion as well. So congrats to you, Jimmy Lee. Things are really looking good. So the question for this week for Were You Watchin' is this. What was Deidre Sherm sitting in front of on the RCT stage last week? What was she sitting in front of in our last episode, episode 11, airing on June 27th? What was Deidre sitting in front of? The winner, the first person to give the correct answer in the comments, wins a gift card to Andaluz Mediterranean Grill. Yum, yum. So, were you watching? What do you think about that, Laura?
Nothing but knit. Oh, saw that differently in my head.
That clip never, ever gets old to me. And fun fact, when Laura first did that, I honestly thought that she had like a perfect sound cue edited up, but no. That was her own mad basketball skills and probably still having some shards of glass in the floor of her office. So thank you, Laura. You always go the extra mile. Now, from an amazing sound cue to an amazing visual cue, it's time for our installment of Broadway Trivia. Now, one of my favorite things about Broadway Trivia is that we get to have some RCT favorites come in and play against our own Laura Alley, or maybe other people as well. But in episode 9, we had Laurie Westbrook's play against her own mysterious doppelganger, the French woman, Lulu. Take a look and see who wins.
Okay, Laurie Westbrook, are you ready for Broadway Trivia?
Yes.
This is going to be different this week. We're going to do a lightning round. We're going to do 30 seconds of questions. Here we go. Which came first, the movie or the Broadway musical? Thoroughly Modern Millie.
I think the musical.
Wrong. Sound of Music.
The musical.
Correct. Very good. Bridges of Madison County.
The movie.
Correct, correct. Okay, in what city is Phantom of the Opera set?
London?
Lori, really? And we're out of time. It's Paris.
Yes, it was said in Paris.
Well, we were supposed to have Laura go head-to-head against Lori today on Broadway Trivia, but because Laura fell ill, we just had to kind of roll with it. So, speaking of Paris, France, we found a true Parisian right outside the theater. Please say hello to Lulu Westbrooks. Lulu, are you ready to play Broadway Trivia with us?
Bonjour, Suisse.
All right, that's fantastic. It's going to be a 30-second lightning round. Too short, too long, only the questions will know. Here we go. Which came first, the movie or the Broadway musical? Grease.
Oh dear, dear, dear. That would have to be the movie.
Correct, correct. Big Fish.
Oh, what is the big fish? This sounds ridiculous. I will say the movie.
You are correct, you are correct. Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, a delightful film. That was definitely the movie first.
Very good, Lulu. And how about West Side Story?
Oh, West Side Story, one of my favorites. It was the musical first and then the movie.
You're on fire, Lulu. And finally, in what city is the musical Hairspray set?
Oh, it is the city of Baltimore. Such turmoil in the city of Baltimore.
Lulu, you are our Broadway Trivia winner of the day. Amazing. Please, with those acting chops, I sure hope you come on stage with us sometime. Well, that ends another amazing installment of Broadway Trivia. Lulu, you are the champion. Congratulations again. And better luck next time, first runner-up. You'll get them. Back to you.
Man, I just can't get enough Lulu. I hope Lori will bring her to a party sometime. But now it's time for our installment of Spotlight, a really great segment where we have gotten great stories from all manner of people. But today we are going to throw back to Laura's wonderful interview with Ryan Gage for some amazing words of wisdom and inspiration that hopefully will lift your spirits just like they did mine back then.
This week's In the Spotlight is a former RCT rep company member, and he is responsible for bestowing me with my beloved nickname, Lala. Please welcome to the webcast my dear friend, Ryan Gage. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Lala. So good to see you.
Ryan, it's so good to see you. I actually remember the first time I ever saw you. We were doing rehearsals. It was the first rehearsal for Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, maybe 15, 16 years ago, not to date ourselves, but we sat next to each other in a music rehearsal and started talking. And I think literally within 2 minutes, we both looked at each other and were like, this works. We're going to be really good friends, I think.
So true, so true.
The rest is history. We became really great friends. Well, I know who you are, but that doesn't mean the world knows who you are. Can you tell us who you are and what it is that you do?
Yeah, my name is Ryan Gage, and currently I serve as the Minister of Worship and Creative Arts at Nampa College Church here in Nampa, Idaho. Also, I serve as an adjunct music professor at Northwest Nazarene University, teaching private voice lessons. When I'm not doing those two things, I moonlight as an actor and as a singer, and then help my wife raise our 4 fun, crazy kids.
Wonderful. Well, you have an incredible voice, and you were recently involved in a virtual choir through your church. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so it was actually through our denomination. We were able to gather 55 worship pastors from Nazarene churches all around the country. And so it was really neat. We had one gentleman that kind of took charge of the whole project. And so he sent us all of our song files and all of our lyrics and all the things that we needed. And so you Basically, you plug in your set of earphones and you record yourself singing to your laptop or to your iPhone or your smartphone, whatever device, and then you submit that. And I will say that it is a very unique, kind of strange experience to watch yourself just singing, because obviously you can't hear it in the playback. And so, but then you get it and you put it all together with the 55 other voices, and it becomes one of those virtual choirs. And it was a really fun project to be a part of, and so it's been neat to see how people have responded to it, how people have been encouraged by it, and so I'm glad that I was able to be a part of it.
There were some incredible vocalists on that. It was absolutely stunning. I have a question. Do you remember what you were doing 7 years ago today?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I was officiating your sister's wedding in Texas. Yeah. In fact, I was just looking through some of my notes from their wedding the other day. I was so honored to be a part of that whole weekend, that day. It was truly one of the highlights of my ministry career, honestly. It was really great. I loved it.
It was beautiful, and you were this secret surprise guest, and the whole weekend we were like, who is coming? Who is coming? And then when you got there, everyone pretty much lost their minds because it literally was the cherry on top of a perfect weekend. But we got to get serious for a second. We got to get serious. I got to put my serious face on. Addiction is something that is very rampant in this country, and the first step to recovery is admitting that you have a problem. And I have to ask you something. Is Hobby Lobby an issue for you? Because I feel like it might be. I've seen your Facebook, and I feel like maybe you're, they might have pictures of you there.
Yeah, I'll admit it, and I know that you guys have done quarantine confessionals in the past, so I guess I'll let this be my quarantine confessional. Yes, I have a small problem with Hobby Lobby. My wife will say I have a large problem with Hobby Lobby, but I frequent it quite a bit. Probably not as much now, obviously, because of the quarantine, but even before that, I was pretty proud of myself. I was doing really good. Hadn't gone there quite as frequently as past experiences, but I do confess that when we lived in Kansas, it was so bad that the management knew me by name, and they would get a little bit more excited when I came in because they knew that I was going to spend a large amount of money when I was there. And part of that was because the town I lived in, we put together a really large Christmas production, and so they have great products, great decor, and so I would end up going in there buying it. I didn't think anything about it at all, and it was a small town. But fast forward to when we moved here to Idaho, it wasn't long after we had moved here that I got a note from the managers of that Hobby Lobby store in Kansas that said, "We're so sorry you're moving, that you left, and that you're a great customer," and all the things. And I thought, oh, okay, I really might have a problem, maybe. Yeah.
That is the first step to recovery, is admitting you have a problem. Right. It is kind of a strange time in the world right now. People are having a hard time navigating this new normal. Do you have any words of encouragement to help lift us up?
Yeah, I would say two things. Number one, ask yourself what you are rushing back to. We've heard a lot of people talk about, well, when will things go back to normal? I just need things to be normal. I want normal. But especially me, I've asked this of myself, what is it that I am trying to rush back into? This hopefully has been a season for a lot of us that we've been able to kind of take stock of our lives and maybe have been able to assess some of the more important things of our life, and maybe some of the things that we can probably get rid of and be healthier for that. So take stock, ask yourself, because I truly believe that we can be better than normal, right? And I think the other thing too would be to practice kindness and use kind words. My wife and I were just out and about town this weekend, probably actually for the first time. And she and I were just kind of watching and observing people and realized, people are really kind of struggling with re-entering, honestly. We don't know what, that server at the restaurant has gone through this time. We don't know what the first responder has or that clerk at the grocery store, just like they don't know your experience. And so the best thing we can do is practice kindness, practice using kind words, because truly our words have the power to shape the universe of somebody else. And so Just as, you know, we need to practice kindness and practice kind words, we would want that to be done to us as well. So yeah, practice kindness.
Beautiful words. That's actually my mantra, filled with kindness. I tell that to my girls every day, so that kind of ties in beautifully with that. Well, Ryan, thank you so much for being here with us today. We miss you. We're glad we could find a way to see you, even if it's just virtual, and hopefully you'll be able to make a trip back down to Texas and maybe see us or get a chance to be back on our stage, because you're a wonderful talent and a wonderful spirit, and we miss you and love you and hope to see you soon.
We miss you guys too. I'd love to come back and sing with you guys anytime.
We love you. Thank you
love
so
you
much,
guys
Ryan.
Too. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
I wish that I could just have Ryan come and live in a cabinet at my house. He is just so charming. I hope you enjoyed that interview as much as I did. And Ryan, don't worry, I'm not going to come kidnap you and make you live in a cabinet. You have a beautiful life and family, and I want you to enjoy that. Let's just get away from that altogether. And let's go to some amazing bloopers from weeks past. You might think that we get everything perfect the first time. Shockingly, that's not the case. We have our technical director, John Stewart, to thank for some amazing magic that he works to make us look good every week. So John, please enjoy these bloopers. We hope it puts a smile on your face of all of the silly, silly things that we've done in weeks past.
You're frozen. Deidre, how come?
Hey, if you can hear me, everyone is frozen.
Oh, you are.
Okay, you're back.
The
We're
frozen
not.
is you.
You are.
Was I frozen?
You were the one that was frozen. We were all chilling. You were like this. I thought you were just like posing for effect.
Oh man, I haven't worn heels in a while.
We're 770 North Coit Road, right? 77, how do you say it? Do you say 770? Okay, 770.
Yes! Yes, binder clips.
I love that.
You
Thank
win. You win, Rachel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Binder clips for the win.
Hello and welcome to whatever this show is. It's going to be super good because it's number 7.
Hello and welcome to Repertory. What are we?
Look right there.
Repertory.
Sure, I had somebody talking, but it was way, way in the background.
Yeah, there's a lot of screaming in the background. Let me do a quick little note on that to see if I can squelch that for 2 minutes.
Okay, I think we'll take that.
We 100% take that.
Yeah.
You want me to just, one more time.
No.
No.
It's hot in this room.
Oh, yeah.
Outside. She's like, I'm outside, friends.
Oh, yeah. Hashtag perspective.
Kind of wins. I am not wearing Mike Carter's shirts. I'm out. They're from a thrift store. They have random people's names on them. I'm good.
Okay, the shot looks good there. All right, especially the guy bringing the drink in the back.
He's pretty cute.
I'm feeling a little stressed out right now. Well, ladies, we have come to the end of the show.
We're here.
So, Rachel, what do you got?
Well, there wasn't anything on the outline on this one, but I'm gonna start again, and I'm gonna tell you something good. Oh, those crazy, crazy girls. Well, that's a wrap on episode 12. Join us next week when we bring you a brand new episode of RCT360 with hot, fresh segments from my co-host and myself. And in the meantime, make comments below and share with your friends. We couldn't do this without you, and we love bringing you a little bit of levity every single week. Also, as you go about your way this holiday weekend, please remember to stay safe, practice social distancing, and by all means, wear a mask. It's good for you, it's good for your friends, and it will help us open our theaters all the sooner in the way that we want to be with you. We cannot wait to have you back in our theaters in a meaningful way. And unfortunately, the way that we do that is all through social responsibility, where we all take care of each other, because that's what community does. And finally, we leave you on this holiday weekend with a clip from one of our very favorite traditions, the Statue of Liberty, our singing of the Star-Spangled Banner before shows. Now this clip is a really interesting one because it shows you what a difference a year makes with the Mamma Mia cast from last summer and our own Shake, Rattle, and Roll cast from this year. We love them both. We love you. Happy 4th of July. We'll see you next week. But until then, I am, you are, we are, RCT. Bye. Happy 4th.
There we go. 1, 2.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so bright